In 5 weeks, I'm racing a half marathon, trying to run it in 1 hour and 24 minutes, 84 minutes. That's the Auckland Waterfront Half Marathon. That means holding 3 minutes 59 seconds for the entire 21 kilometres. Only thing is, I've never even run 10 kilometres at that pace. Who knows if I'm fit enough to do it? The next 5 weeks will tell the tale. Okay team, welcome back to Joe Athletic, channel where you follow myself, 36-year-old dad of 3, looking to get the most out of my weary body. Today I'm starting a bit of a new series on the channel. If you've been following for a little while, you'll realise that it's not been particularly consistent, and that's largely down to my gear. So today I've borrowed a GoPro, borrowed a friend's GoPro, and got that sorted. So we're out here and we're starting this new series called 84 Are You Sure? Maybe Sub-84 Are You Sure? Because in 5 weeks time I'm going to be running the Auckland Waterfront Half Marathon, aiming for an 84-minute time. And in context, as you might have seen in the intro there, that is 3:59 average pace for the entire thing. So it's a real stretch goal to me, given I've probably, one of my biggest goals for about 7 years now has been to run a sub 40 10k. I've got down to 40:05 about 3-4 months ago, but I've never quite cracked that pace for even 10 kilometers. So am I dreaming? Probably. And that's why I'm calling this 84 Are You Sure? Or Sub 84 Are You Sure? But hey, come along on the ride. The next few weeks are really going to tell me what's possible and whether I can do it. I think I've leveled up in the last few months. That was the history, guys, but don't write me off too early, okay? There's belief in here, and there's belief in here a little bit, but it's still, are you sure? So anyway, tension building early in the video. That's what I've been told is good on YouTube. Today, on the roster, on the docket, is a 24k long run. It's a Sunday today. Out here with my Garmin. Gonna get that going soon. And lovely running track here around an estuary that I'm gonna take you on. I'm gonna do 24k, and within that 24k, most of it's zone 2, but there's two 10-minute blocks of 3:55 pace. So that's just slightly faster than race pace. And we'll see what we can do, see what the body can do at that pace for those extended periods of time. And those will be towards the latter stages, because I think you want to have a bit in your legs going into that. Broader context, this will be me hitting my first sort of 70k week in quite a while. So I'm trying to build that volume as well. And yeah, let's get into it. I've had a gel, bit of caffeine. I've got another one in my back pocket. And yeah, come along. .2k down. That one was 4:32, so a little bit quick. Up to 1:55 heart beats per minute. I think I'm getting a little bit excited from having the video, the GoPro with me. So I need to mentally just slow down a little bit. Kilometer 4 in 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Heart rate just about 151. So, talking through today's plan, the loop here of the estuary at Orewa Millwater area in Auckland is about an 8k loop. So I'm going to get the first 8k done, none of the efforts in that one, and then do those 2 10-minute efforts in the second loop once I've got a few k's in my legs. The idea there is just to simulate running fast with some k's in the legs already, with some tired legs. Hopefully that'll help me coming up to the half in mid-April, just to see where I'm at in terms of being able to hold that pace slightly faster than the race pace on the day, with some tiredness in the legs. I'm not coming off nothing. If you've been following the channel, I did a race day vlog at the Clevedon Half Marathon back in early Feb. It's now early March, so go and check that out here, somewhere here. Such a YouTuber. And got about a 128 and some change on that one, on a tough course. 124, are you sure? Not sure, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. Given that it'll be a much faster course, I'll be in better shape. So we'll see. Kilometre 8, 4:51, 1:57 heartbeat, and I'm on to my second lap of the estuary. So the B-roll might start looking a little bit familiar, but stay with me, guys. We're going to get onto those 2 10k tempo efforts at 3:55. They're going to be about 2.6k each, so we better get onto them soonish. We're 8k in. Today, guys, I'm wearing my Milan Marathon finisher shirt. Did that in 2024 before coming back to NZ, and it's a good analogy actually, guys, for why I started this channel. So at that time, I guess I was 34ish. I hit a 3:20. That was my 5th marathon, and 3:20 is decent, but I'd already done a 3:15. I didn't PB, probably second time in a row didn't PB. So I guess I was really starting to feel like I'm hitting kind of a ceiling. And so this channel's kind of about committing 100%. As a 36-year-old, I'm not 20 anymore, but I still got the legs. I got 3 kids, got a busy life, but I'm still motivated to hit some new PBs, and that's what this is all about. Alright team, we're about 45 minutes in. That means it's time for a gel. Today, testing out the Pure Nutrition. I was testing the Maurtens, and that's what I had. It's all these caffeinated Maurtens. That's what I had on the Clevedon half. I liked them, and to be honest, I wasn't really prepared for today's run in terms of the gel, so I've just gone to the shop and this is what I could find. But we're going to test it out, see how it is, and that's one of my big things at the moment is nutrition, seeing how fueling properly, which is something I haven't really done too well if I'm honest, how much that changes the game. 11 kilometers, last one in 4:57, heart rate 155. That K included a big uphill, which I didn't mention on the first loop because it didn't feel quite as hard, but that time it did, and then a bit of a downhill, so it's all good. Gonna start those efforts in probably a couple of K. I just realized 8 times 3 is 24, so I'm gonna do a third loop of the estuary, and yeah, thinking I'll probably save them for the back end of the second one So that's probably about 15k in, and then onto the third one. So the legs are nice and feeling it. They already are, to be fair, but let's see how we go. Just over 1 hour in now, 1:02, and average pace for the whole thing so far is 4:45 minutes per kilometre, which is great. Fair to say I've been really topping out that zone 2. Probably been in zone 3 a little bit, but hey, what are you going to do? Kilometre 15, 4:56 and 1:56 heart rate. Just trying to settle it in before I start the effort. Very shortly, 15k in, definitely feeling the legs, not feeling too gassed like in the lungs, but definitely the legs feeling heavyish, so we'll see how we go. And just want to warn you, like I am a budding running influencer, but I'm no pro running influencer as yet, so this is 100% real. I'm not one of those ones who's like faking it. And I'll show you my Strava at the end. I'm doing this. I'm out here running this whole thing, right? So I want to say that just to give you a forewarning that there's not going to be a lot of filming in this big effort part, because it's going to hurt me like a mother, and I'm just going to focus on getting it done. So we'll see you on the other side. Okay guys, so that was unexpected. A minor tragedy was in the midst of happening here at the estuary. There's this sort of jump in spot and there's quite a strong current, and someone was getting sucked out. So their mum just said to me, hey, can you help her get out of the water? So I've just gone and done that. Good Samaritan. To be fair, I didn't do a lot. She managed to get out herself, but just wanted that transparency after that whole spiel about it being real, my running and not stopping, etc., that we may see a little heart rate drop, but that's because I was being a good Samaritan, guys. Okay, don't want to blow my own trumpet, but I was. Okay, here we go. We're about to start the first 10 minutes, and we're 15.6k in, starting our third loop of the estuary. Let's do this. Oh my god. Wow. Done the first 10. Walk it out for a bit. Not even ashamed, because that was hard. I'm not exactly sure of the splits, well, of the overall, but I saw a 352, a 356, and they're not sure what for out the 0.6, but pretty well on there. So now I'm going to walk it out for a couple of minutes, especially because there's a hill here. How lucky it finished just before this hill, because I was hurting. And walk it out for a couple of minutes, then giving myself 8 minutes between the two, so I'm already close to down to 7, and I'll start jogging it in a couple of minutes, and then we'll give the second one a go. Guys, another minor crisis. I was just looking to scroll through my stats as I was walking up this hill, and I've accidentally pressed the lap button extremely early, so that's wanted me to get started on my 10 minutes very quickly, and I've just said no to that, so it's stuffed up the intervals. But I've pressed lap again, and now I'm just back in a cool down phase. I'm going to do the 10 minute within that, but it's going to look strange on the Garmin afterwards. But hey, this is the struggles, guys. This is the real talk that I'm talking about. Okay, time to jog again. That's about a 2 minute rest. Six more, give it 5 more minutes, and we'll get into the second 10 minute block at 3:55. So I've just decided I'm going to start this one on the 19 kilometer mark to make post analysis easy enough in the splits. So that's in 40 meters, and I've not given myself 8 minutes recovery. So let's just do this. Here we go. Oh, boom, let's do it. Ah! God. Oh my gosh. walk it out. Hang on. Oh man, that one started with a bit of a headwind. I'll just get my excuses out earlier. Started with a bit of a headwind and a faux plat, bit of a rise, slight rise. But to be fair, no excuses. I wasn't quite on it then. Not exactly sure, I had to see it in the wash up, but I saw the first K was like 4:03, and then I saw a 3:57. And that second one I was hurting so much I just told myself, just aim for race pace, 3:59 roundabouts, and I might have just about done that, but yeah, definitely not as strong on the second there. Gonna walk it out for a couple more minutes. I'm at 21.7 kilometers overall, and then jog it home.
So I made it back to the car, very happy to be back at the car after 24 Ks, big run. And I noticed on my phone 3 or 4 missed calls from my beautiful wife, wondering where the heck I am, because I'm supposed to be back for a barbecue at home with my parents and my lovely children. So this is my reaction. Hop, step, home James, and don't spare the horses. Alright, so barbecue done and dusted, kids in bed, and it's time, as promised, for a little bit of analysis, guys, so let's do this. So here we are in the Garmin app, 24k run in the books, guys. Let's have a look at the charts first of all. So here's my paces. And yeah, look, that zone 2 there's the 2 big efforts. There is where I had to be a hero, obviously, and try and save someone, but they saved themselves. When we look at the heart rate, I think what's pleasing is you get to see that sort of tabletop, that couple little spikes, but that zone 2 pretty stable, like initial spike up and then pretty stable through to zone 2, and then those 2 efforts. Yeah, it's trending up towards the end, but pretty happy with that. If we try and figure out, as I said, we had a bit of problems with the intervals, but we can see on the first one 3:54 average for the first 10 minutes, and the second one I pressed too early, but here you can see I did a 4:03 and then a 3:58 and then 0.6 something in that one there. So yeah, second one was a little slower than the first one, but really good anyway. Now, before I finish the video, another thing I've been doing lately, guys, is using ChatGPT as my coach, and I thought about doing a specific video on this. If you are interested, let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in finding out how I'm using it. And I think it's not ultra advanced, but there's a bit more to it than just asking it what to do. I've prompted it in certain ways. So I wanted to show you what it's actually said to me about this run. Essentially, the way I'm using it is that I've got it to put a plan together for me, but what's really cool about it is that I'm able to prompt it and get it to basically tell it how my run went and get it to update the plan as we go. Let's see what it said about this run. Essentially, Sunday 24k long run with 2 times 10 minutes at 3:55 to 4 minutes gave us a lot of useful signals. And of course, ChatGPT is the most sycophantic running coach you'll ever get, but you got to love it for it. The first 16k were mostly 4:30 to 4:50, heart rate 150, 162, which tells us that my aerobic base is solid. My aerobic system handled the long run comfortably. No major cardiac drift early. Secondly, so that was the first big point, first learning, aerobic base is solid. Race pace, second one is race pace was achievable under fatigue. That first block of 10 minutes I did around 3:53, 3:54. Second block of 10 minutes, 3:58 to 4K. Very close to target pace of 3:59 per kilometer, so that's pleasing. The key point, I did that after 90 minutes of running, exactly what we wanted to simulate. Thank you, Coach ChatGPT. And point number 3, heart rate response was normal. During the race pace segments, heart rate rose from 171 to 179-ish. Pattern shows threshold effort. That's what we'd expect kilometers 14 to 18 of a half marathon, which we were simulating in that part of the run. Point 4, and there's 7 points. Point 4 is that the limit was muscular, not aerobic. I told it in the prompt that the last 5K felt heavy, slogging, as you would have seen. I was doing a bit of walk running at the end there. The engine is strong enough, but your legs were fatigued from the long run. It's a durability issue, not a fitness issue. So that may come up in later videos. We'll have to keep watching that. Number 5, the session still moved the needle. And this is a key point, guys, on the 84 Are You Sure theme. Even with the heavy legs, that run suggested your current race fitness is roughly 123.30 to 124.30, which means your 84-minute goal sits right in the middle of your capability range. So not sure if ChatGPT is just wanting to be really nice to me and wanting me to continue using it, but I like how that sounds. So according to Coach here, we are right in the sweet spot. So good to hear. Number 6, the one thing to be careful about, I ran the first race pace block a bit too fast, 3:53. It wanted me in around 3:55, I think. It's not a problem once, but over weeks it can accumulate fatigue. And then number 7, what that run confirmed is that I've hit another marker in my preparation for the half marathon build. Some more markers coming up in the next couple of weeks, so you're going to need to watch the next videos. Coach has got me wanting to hit a couple of other markers that would indicate that I'm ready for race day on 12th of April. So there you go, guys. That's kind of what I learned from this one. 84 Are You Sure? Apparently right on track. I felt rough at times, but we got it done. Stick around on the channel. Smash that like button. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell, because we got a bunch more episodes in this 84 Are You Sure series. And I'd love you to follow along to see if I, as a father of 3, 36-year-old man, can hit that 84-minute half marathon on the 12th of April. Cool. Cheers, guys. See you later.